Alright, hello and welcome into the RNGIDP channel. I am Craig, happy to have you here for another ball game. I'm excited because tonight is game number 200 in this series. Happy that we've gotten this far. We are almost halfway there through this 420 game schedule. And we are celebrating game 200 tonight. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being with us. If you're watching, let me know in the comments. Say game 200 or something like that. Give me a thumbs up, all that stuff. Appreciate you being here. Al Red Sox fan is here checking in, saying hello, and he's going to make some popcorn. That sounds good. I may have to get me some of that after the game. But so tonight for our 200th game, this is game day 15 here in the 2015 Strat-O-Matic baseball set. Randomized Nuz League is what I call it, the RNL. In the KL tonight, we have a matchup between the San Diego Metapods, who are 7-6, against the Los Angeles Do-Duo, who are 6-7. This should be a good matchup. They are number 7 and number 8 in the standings. San Diego is 7th, LA is 8th, both vying for position, and the middle of the league is pretty clunked up with teams. Not a whole lot separating them, so this should be a fun one. Could be a game changer as far as positioning goes. San Diego comes into this game after dropping one in Milwaukee 7-5 in their last game, game day 14. Meanwhile, Los Angeles, they dropped one 8-1 to the suddenly surging Washington Natu. And so they had a tough go of it. Los Angeles has lost 2 in a row now and are dropping down the standings. They look to right the ship here at home after a road trip, and they will take on San Diego to do it. Some good pitchers on the mound today. Alex Colome against Kyle Kendrick. Colome on the season is 2-0. In 12 innings, he's given up 17 hits, but only 3 earned runs. He's tallied 13 strikeouts to go with 3 walks. That equates to a 2.25 ERA on the season. Pitching pretty well is Colome in 2 starts with 2 wins already. And he will face a lineup of San Diego that's going to look a little bit different today. A shuffled order somewhat. They've got some guys that are struggling at the plate and trying to get this order shaken up. They will do some rearranging. So today, leading off for San Diego will be the shortstop Freddie Galvis. Switch hitter is hitting 167. That's 9 hits and 54 at bats. He does have 1 home run. That's his only extra base hit. It was a solo shot. He's only got 1 RBI on the season as well. Batting second, moving up to second, will be Mike Moustakas, the third baseman. Moose is hitting 224, a couple of doubles and a homer. Only 2 RBI for the big man. And third will be Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz is hitting well. He's at 396 on the season. He also has 5 homers and 12 RBI. Chris Young will be the cleanup man, the center fielder today. Chris Young is hitting 217, a couple of homers, and 7 RBI. In left field, sacrificing a little defense for some offense, Evan Gattis gets a start. He's 1 for 11 on the season. No extra base hits yet, but he will be starting today, getting some regular at-bats. Hitting behind him in the 6th hole will be Wilson Ramos, the catcher. Ramos is 265, 3 doubles, a triple. No home run yet, though. 2 RBI for him. At first base will be Aramis Ramirez. Kelly Johnson, the normal first baseman, is hitting a putrid 146. And so Aramis Ramirez is 2 for 9 in spot duty. He does have a homer and an RBI, though. And he will be hitting 7th. Chris Owings drops from the leadoff spot all the way down to 8th. Chris Owings is a 222 batting average. He has 3 doubles, 3 RBI, and also 3 stolen bases. And the pitcher will be Kyle Kendrick. He's a normal power right-handed hitter. and he will be in the 9 spot. So, as I mentioned, game number 200 here, just about ready to get started. And I'm happy that you're here enjoying it with me. All the pleasantries have been completed. Colome has finished his warm-up tosses, and Freddie Galvis makes his way to the dish. It'll be Galvis, Moustakas, and Cruz here in the first inning. He gets a pitch, and he's going to get a hit right off the bat. This will be, this will go all the way to the corner, and that's a leadoff triple for Freddie Galvis. So he's enjoying his new role as a leadoff hitter so far, and he's aboard with a leadoff triple. Not wasting any time today to get started is San Diego, and now it'll be Mike Moustakas. The infield is going to come in on the second batter of the game. And Mike Moustakas is that second batter. The lefty. This will be a fly ball to left field. And that is going to be deep enough. That's going to be a sac fly. Christian Yelich made a throw, but it gets cut off. And that will be the first run of the game. That's how you draw it up. A leadoff triple and then a sacrifice fly from Mike Moustakas. And there's 1 out and 1 run scored. San Diego jumps out to an early lead. So Moustakas probably would have liked a base hit there, but got the job done, lifting a ball out to left field far enough to get the run home. And now Nelson Cruz faces Alex Colome, and he dribbles one over to second. That's where DJ LeMahieu is, and the Gold Glove second baseman has no trouble with that. And there's 2 down. Chris Young now, the man at the bat. Young will bounce one to the other side. That's the shortstop, Scooter Gennett. And Gennett will make the strong throw. And this is the end of the first inning. Top of the first is over. San Diego jumps out to a 1-0 lead. So for San Diego on the mound, we will see Kyle Kendrick. Kendrick, and I believe he's had 1 start this season so far. He has. He's gone 7 innings. He didn't get a victory or a loss in there, so no record for Kendrick. He gave up 7 hits, only 1 earned run. He struck out 4 and didn't walk any. So here, his second start of the season. And the lineup that will face him is like this. So Los Angeles, they're without their one and only shortstop. He's been out for, I believe it was a total of 15 games was what his injury was called for. And so far he's, well, maybe it wasn't 15. He's only got 5 games left of his injury. But the point I'm making is he was the only carded shortstop they had. So we'll see. Scooter Gennett we saw in the top half. He's playing shortstop, but he doesn't have that on his card. So he's been making a lot of errors, and the X chances to the shortstop are always an adventure. So Los Angeles will bat this way. Mookie Betts is in right field today. He's the normal center fielder, but he moves over to right today. He is batting .317. That's 19 hits and 60 at-bats. He does have 7 doubles. 7 doubles is amongst the league leaders. He's tied for second, only behind Ryan Howard of St. Louis. So Betts will lead off. He's got 3 home runs as well and 6 RBI. Been a really good leadoff man for Los Angeles. DJ LeMahieu is leading the KL in batting average. DJ LeMahieu is hitting .466 right now with 4 doubles, 4 triples. He's got a homer and 8 RBI. Not to mention 9 stolen bases, which is second in the KL as well. So LeMahieu is in early MVP consideration. Hitting behind him will be Christian Yelich. Yelich is 6 for 33 in his duty. He's been in and out of the lineup with a couple of injuries. He's got a triple and 3 RBI. Buster Posey getting a break behind the dish today. He's at first base. He's batting .288 with a pair of doubles and no home runs yet for the big man Posey. Travis Shaw hits behind him. The lefty third baseman is in the 5th spot. Travis Shaw right now, he did have the lead in RBIs, but was recently taken over by Kendrys Morales from Pittsburgh. Now Travis Shaw is second place with 19 RBI. Yadier Molina gets the start behind the plate today. He hits in the 6th spot. The catcher is 4 for 13 in his limited duty. He hasn't been seeing much time because, well, you got Buster Posey. What are you supposed to do? Scooter Gennett, as I told you, will be the shortstop today. He's playing out of position. So it's fun to see if those X chances come up. What happens? Billy Burns is the center fielder today, the switch hitter. Billy Burns has been hitting pretty well in his platoon duty out there. He gets the start against the righty, and he's hit 8 for 24, a couple doubles, couple homers, and 4 driven in. And Alex Colomé is a weak-hitting right-handed batter. All right, I think we're ready to roll here in the bottom of the first. Hoping for a good game tonight. Game 200. Excited about that. This has been the longest Strat-O-Matic project I've ever done, and I'm having so much fun with it. I see no reason to stop now. So Kyle Kendricks will face Mookie Betts here. And this one is popped a mile high out to the shortstop. Freddie Galvis flips the shades and makes the catch. And there's one down here. DJ LeMahieu now. 466 his average. That's crazy, isn't it? Here he is to face Kyle Kendrick, and he gets him to pop out. Same place, same result. Freddie Galvis makes another play, and there's 2 down. So LeMahieu doesn't get a hit, which is pretty much a 50-50 shot these days. Now it'll be to Christian Yelich, 2 quickly down. And this is going to be a catcher X. Wilson Ramos is the catcher. He's a 2-ranged catcher. We're going to go to his X card, or his catcher's card, excuse me. A 2-2. That's going to be a pop-up right out in front of the plate. Wilson Ramos pops up out of his crouch, and that's 3 pop-ups in the inning. The ball is dancing for Kyle Kendrick, and getting underneath it are the Los Angeles batters. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kendrick. Quick work made out of the batters for LA, and now Alex Colomé makes his way back out to the mound. He will face the 5, 6, 7 batters of Gaddis, Ramos, and Ramirez. That kind of sounds like a law firm. Join the firm of Gaddis, Ramos, and Ramirez. Colomé against Gaddis here. At the top of the second, we are ready to roll here. And this is a 3-7. That's a bouncer over to the second baseman. That's DJ LeMahieu. And that's where balls go to die. LeMahieu, pretty sure-handed over there. And that'll be the first out. So now it's up to Wilson Ramos. And Wilson Ramos takes a swing and hacks and finds no baseball. That's the first strikeout of the game for Colomé. And the second out of the inning. Aramis Ramirez now against Colomé, and a 2-out walk. Ramirez being patient up there, even though he saw the man in front of him strike out. And so he draws a walk to get Chris Owings up to the plate. And now, will Chris Owings be able to turn this lineup over? Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Kyle Kendricks is a pretty good batter. And Chris Owings is going to do it. That's going to be a single out to left field. Ramirez is not a great runner. He's going to have to stop at second. But now there's 2 aboard for Kyle Kendrick. Kyle Kendrick. I think I keep saying Kendricks, don't I? Kyle Kendrick. He's using the number 6 card, and he's normal power. So with 2 outs, he's got no other reason than just to swing hard and see if you hit something here. And he swings hard and swings right through that pitch. And that's the second strikeout in the inning, and Colomé will get out of it. So 2-man reach with 2 outs here in the top of the second, but no damage done, and Colomé gets back to the dugout. It's a 1-0 ball game as we move to the bottom of the second. Kyle Kendrick went 1-2-3 in the first inning, and now he's got Buster Posey, Travis Shaw, and Yadi Molina to deal with. Al Red Sox fan says, congrats on game 200. Thank you, man. I know that's probably not a big accomplishment to you. You're a player that probably has 200 games on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. But for me, this is the longest project I've ever done. So here we go. Buster Posey against Kyle Kendrick. And this one is a grounder over to second. And that will be Chris Owings. He's a 3-range second baseman. A 319, and that's going to be a nice play. So Chris Owings goes up the middle, makes a nice grab, spins, and fires, and Buster Posey will be the first person to not pop it up against Kendricks. He went the other way and bounced one. Now it's Travis Shaw. Shaw against the righty. It's a 1-7, and that one's bounced over to Owings as well. Not as difficult as a play. Barely had to move, and Owings wings one over to first, and that's the second out. Now it'll be Yadi Molina. And Molina skies one out to center, but Chris Young knows exactly where that one is headed. And it's into his glove. And Kendricks goes 1-2-3 again. So he's clean through 2. And we move to the third. It's a 1-0 ball game for San Diego. Here in Los Angeles, 1 game separating these 2 teams. Both of them, they're doing it in different ways. San Diego has only scored 35 runs, which is the least amount in the entire KL. Even worse than Cincinnati, who's in last place. They've scored 40. So San Diego's only scored 35 runs, but they've only given up 33, which is crazy. It's crazy low. The only team that has given up less is Pittsburgh, and if you've watched this channel, you know how dominant Pittsburgh is. They've only given up 20 runs, and that's crazy because San Diego's given up 33. The closest team is Washington, who's given up 41. That's twice as many as Pittsburgh. Nuts, right? So I mentioned that San Diego doesn't score, but they don't give up any runs. Well, Los Angeles is the complete opposite. They've scored 66 runs, which is by far the most out of the entire KL. They've given up 57, though, which is also, it is third. I believe, no, fourth. So Philadelphia's given up 60, Miami 59, Colorado 58, and then Los Angeles 57. So these 2 teams are completely different in their methodology, and so it should make for a fun matchup. We are here in the top of the third. San Diego up to bat against Alex Colomé, and Freddie Galvis will step in from the left-hand side. And Freddie Galvis takes a pitch, but it was on the corner, and that will be a strikeout. The third punch out for Colomé. And now there's 1 out here in the top of the third. Mike Moustakas, sacrifice fly, the second man up to bat here, and got the scoring done quickly. And he flies this one up again. This one will be out to center field. And nobody's on base this time to tag up. So it's just an out for Moustakas. And 2 quickly gone here for Colomé. And Nelson Cruz is the man at bat. Cruz, dangerous batter, but he's going to hit one over to third. That's where Travis Shaw resides. Shaw is a 4 range third baseman, so this one might be a tough play. 4, we rolled a 15, and it's going to sneak past his glove, barely trickling out to left field. But Nelson Cruz is going to have himself a seeing eye single there with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And that will bring up Chris Young. Can Chris Young keep this inning rolling? It's a 2-9, and he swings and misses, and that's a strikeout. Colomé punches him out to end the threat and end the inning. That's his 4th strikeout on the day so far. And we are done with the top of the third here. We move to the bottom. Kyle Kendrick rolling, and he will face the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, Jeanette, Burns, and Colomé. This is Scooter Jeanette, and he dribbles one over to the shortstop. Galvis has to charge on it quickly, and off balance will make a throw, and he gets his man. The statistician checking in, better late than never. Oh, we're just getting started here. It's the 3rd inning. Happy to have you aboard. Al Red Sox fan says, totally enjoy your games and your channel. Well, hey, that's very kind of you, Al Red Sox fan. I appreciate that. And if you're new here, just watching me and haven't come over from Al's channel, and you haven't checked his out yet, if you like computer games of this sort, I should say, he's the man to check out. He's doing all kinds of stuff. Football, baseball, wrestling, if you're into that. He's got pretty much something going on every night. So check out Al Red Sox fan as well. Now Kyle Kendrick against Billy Burns. And this die was a 1, and it rolled on me. That's a 1-6. And Billy Burns will break up the no-no here in the bottom of the third with a 1-out single. And he's aboard. And so it will be Alex Colomé with Billy Burns on first. The infield is in, expecting the bunt. Billy Burns is an A-stealer, so he can't be held because the infield is in. And Colomé squares to bunt, but Billy Burns is going to take off for second. Actually, you know what? Let me check it's Wilson Ramos behind the plate. I forgot about that. He's a -4 arm. So let me reconsider. That's a 1-15 for an A-stealer. He's not being held, so there's no deduction there. The only deduction comes from his arm, which is a -4. So it'll still be a 1-11. But with the pitcher up, would we try and steal? He's never going to get a better chance than this because they're going to hold him after the pitcher is out. And the pitcher Colomé is a C bunter, but with the infield in, he'd be a D. I think they're going to just hold off stealing and let Colomé try and bunt him over. So he's a D sacrifice bunter right now. And we rolled a 6. A D6. Batter is thrown out by third baseman. Runners advance 1 base. So Colomé gets the bunt down to the third base side. Moustakis grabs it, but his only play is going to be to first. And Colomé executes the sac bunt to perfection. And there's 2 outs now. So Burns is on second. That worked out as well as it could for Los Angeles, I suppose. And now, with a man on second, a guy you'd like to see up if you're Los Angeles is Mookie Betts. He's been money so far this season. Will he get the run home? He's going to walk. So Kyle Kendrick, knowing that Betts has been pretty good, nibbles the corners and he misses. But now you've got DJ LeMahieu up. 2 men on, 2 outs. DJ LeMahieu and his .466 average coming into this game are at the plate. Here he is against Kyle Kendrick. This is a 1-9, and DJ LeMahieu's going to bring that run home. It's a single, a 1-6. It would have been a triple. It's a single 2-star. So Burns, with his speed, is going to make it all the way home. Betts is going to advance to third. And DJ LeMahieu comes through again, an RBI single here in the bottom of the third. And LeMahieu and the Doduo tie it up. LeMahieu, as I mentioned in the first inning, it's pretty much a 50-50 proposition that he's going to get a hit. And he comes through there big time with the RBI. And now it's Christian Yelich with 2 outs. All this damage come with 2 outs. The lefty sees a pitch from Colomé, and he strikes out. Or excuse me, not Colomé, Kendrick. I said Colomé, but that's Kendrick's first strikeout of the game. And that will end the threat here in the bottom of the third, but not before Los Angeles ties it up on an RBI single from DJ LeMahieu. So it's 1-1. We move to the top of the fourth. Alex Colomé will pitch to Gaddis, Ramos, and Ramirez. Gaddis, he bounced out to second. Ramos struck out, and Ramirez walked their last time. And here's the burly right-hander, Evan Gaddis. And he swings a mountainous swing and catches no ball. And that's the 5th strikeout for Alex Colomé. And now Wilson Ramos, who struck out back in his first turn in the second inning. This one is bounced right back to the pitcher. Colomé has no problem grabbing that one. Trots a little bit towards first and underhands it to the first baseman, Buster Posey, over there today. And there's 2 down. Happy to have you aboard here. This is game number 200 in this series. Alex Colomé and Kyle Kendrick in a pitcher's duel here. 1-1 in the top of the fourth. 2 outs now. Aramis Ramirez up to bat. And that one's bounced back to the pitcher. Will he be able to make the play this time? It's an X chance. He's a pitcher with a range of 3. We rolled a 5, so it's his E rating. He's an E0, so he's going to make the play. Kind of bobbles it a little bit, but he's got plenty of time to get the slow-running Aramis Ramirez, and he makes the play. So that'll end the top of the fourth. San Diego, nothing doing. This is kind of the game they play, though. If there was a scoreboard for style, San Diego would be winning it now because this is the way they play games. Los Angeles, they score runs, and they haven't broken out yet. Kyle Kendrick has been pitching well, and he will face Posey, Shaw, and Molina here in the bottom of the fourth. And Posey, who dribbled one over to Owings at second base for the out last time, he gets a hold of this one. It will be into the gap. That's going to be a double for Posey to lead off the bottom of the fourth here. So Kendrick showing some rust in the armor here. He's had to dance around his last inning, and now with a leadoff double, and Travis Shaw, who is amongst the league leaders in RBI, can he bring that run home? He's going to swing like he's trying to hit a homer, and he got no baseball. That's going to be the second strikeout for Kendrick, and the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Now it'll be up to Yadier Molina. He flew one sky high to center field his last time, but it was caught. This time he's going to bounce one to third base. That's Mike Moustakas over there. Moustakas is a 2-range third baseman, but this is going to be a tough play. And it's going to get past him out into left field. Posey is going to have to stop at third. But Molina is aboard with the single. The 2 catchers are on base. And now it'll be up to Scooter Gennett to bring one of them home, or both, or all 3. Him, Gennett, and the 2 catchers. We'll see. 1 out. Gennett is a good runner. Not a lot of Well, I guess actually there are a couple of A's on there on the 8. So they're going to keep the infield back, looking for a double play. And it will be a 3-6. A 3-6 is going to be a single out to left field. Posey will trot home. Molina will have to stop at second. But that gives Los Angeles the lead. Los Angeles, they score runs. San Diego, now the pressure is on them to have to score and try and keep up with LA. When it was a 1-0 game, that was San Diego's type of deal. But now they're down a run and the pressure is going to be on. It'll be Billy Burns who reached on a single and scored his last time up. And now it's up to him again with one out here. And this is a 2-3. This one is a bouncer to second. The second baseman is Chris Owings. He tosses it to the shortstop over to first, but Billy Burns and his good speed is going to beat it out. And so Molina advances to third. Jeanette is out at second for the second out. And so runners on the corners. Molina at third, Burns at first, and the pitcher is up. So Colomé had a sac bunt his last time, but this time he could help himself even further. And he swings through that pitch, and he strikes out. So the third strikeout, Kendrick doesn't mess around with the pitcher, threw him a nasty curveball, and gets himself out of a jam. But not before Los Angeles plates home another run, and they take the lead. It's a 2-1 ball game as we move to the top of the 5th. And it's that time in the top of the 5th when I tell you about my other venture that I do, and that is the Rank 'em Up podcast. Yes, I call it the top of the 5th interlude when I tell you about top 5 lists. And if you like lists and ranking things and passionate debates about anything and everything, well, this is the show for you. Join me and my lifelong friends Lilo and Don each week as we rank things like best Christmas songs, superheroes, breakfast cereals, what we do with $1 million, and so much more. That's the Rank 'em Up podcast. Check it out on iTunes, Google Play, and all your favorite podcast apps, and also on Twitter at Rank 'em Up. Yes, Los Angeles has taken a lead as we move to the top of the 5th. Alex Colomé will face the bottom of the order with the 8-9, and then we move to the top with the 1 of Owings, Kendrick, and Galvis. Colomé has pitched pretty well. He's struck out 5 through 4 innings. And here he is facing Chris Owings. And there's another strikeout. So Owings singled his first time up, but he is strikeout victim number 6 for Colomé. And we move to the pitcher spot and Kyle Kendrick. Kendrick with nobody aboard. And that's going to be an X chance for the catcher, who is Yadi Molina today. So being tested, will he be rusty? He's a 1 range catcher, and we rolled a 1. That's going to be a pass ball and a foul out, so nobody on base. So that ball just goes to the screen, and the next pitch is a pop-up and in foul ground. Molina able to make the grab, and there's 2 outs. Freddie Galvis now. He's 1 for 2, led off the game with a triple. Came around to score on a Micah Moustakas sac fly, and he struck out as well. And from the left-hand side, this will be a walk. So a 2-out walk. And Freddie Galvis is aboard. He's a B stealer. And let's take a look at Yadi Molina. I don't think you want to steal on either of these catchers today. Both of them are -4 arms. So the running game has been mitigated today. Station-to-station baseball is what we're playing. And this will be Moustakas And he swings and misses. So there's a strikeout to end the top of the 5th. 7 Ks now for Colomé, who's having a good day, I might say. And that will move us to the bottom of the 5th. San Diego needs to start putting some men on and scoring here. Los Angeles, it's only a matter of time before they have a crooked inning here. And with the top of the order, it could be this one. Mookie Betts, he's walked and popped up to the shortstop. And now it's a 1-8. This could be a single. It's hit hard to the third baseman, and it's going to sneak past him. A diving attempt by Moustakas, and Mookie Betts is aboard. It was a 1-7 chance at a single, and we rolled a 4. And now Mookie Betts is aboard. So Betts is an ace stealer. They are holding him. So it'd be a 1-12. No. A is a 1-15. So it'd be a 1-13. And then a -4 for the arm. So it'd be a 1-9 for a steal. That's not going to happen, as DJ LeMahieu had an RBI single his last time up. And the league leader in batting average is up here again. But he's going to strike out. He doesn't like the call. It was a called strikeout. And DJ LeMahieu, being the reserved type of dude he is, giving the ump a little business, and that you know that pitch was borderline if that's the case. And he keeps chirping all the way back to the dugout to himself with his head down, but he is angry about that call. And now it's Christian Yelich, who is 0 for 2, struck out his last time. And Yelich, the lefty, will hit one pretty well to third baseman. That's Travis Shaw. Or excuse me, that's Mike Moustakas. Moose is a 2-range second baseman, or third baseman, I should say. A 2-4. He's going to make the play, but he has to go down to the ground to get it, and his only play is going to be at first. Betts has good wheels. He's going to make it to second, and Yelich will be thrown out by a step. That's going to be a nice play. It was hit, and the only place that Yelich could hit it where it wouldn't be a double play. And so he stays out of the double play. Bettis advances to second. And Buster Posey now, who had a double to lead off the 4th inning, working against Kyle Kendrick here. And this one's hit back to Moustakas. He's a 2-18. And Moustakas, this is a significantly easier play. And he picks it, doesn't have to go to the ground this time, and Posey running. It's going to be an easier chance, and he fires it strongly across the diamond. And we're through 5. The leadoff single can't come around to score. And San Diego trails 2-1 here as we move to their top side, and they will be batting here in the top of the 6th. Colomé continues, and he's pitching well. He's only allowed 3 hits so far. 1 run, 3 hits. And he'll work here to Cruz, Young, and Gaddis, the heart of the order. It's a 3-7, and Nelson Cruz gets caught looking. And that's the 8th strikeout for Colomé. First out here in the top of the 6th. And now Chris Young, who's struck out, also grounded out to short. This is a 2-5, and Chris Young swings and misses. That's now the 3rd straight strikeout for Colomé. 9 on the day. And it'll be Evan Gaddis, was a strikeout victim his last time up. This is a 5-11, and that's 4 straight. And strikes out the side here in the top of the 6th. Colomé is getting stronger as the outing gets longer. And hasn't given up a run since the first man to face him. Kyle Kendrick now to the bottom of the 6th. He will face Shaw, Molina, and Jeanette. Shaw struck out his last time. He's 0 for 2 today. And the lefty this will be a ballpark single chance. It's not a good one out in LA. It's a 1-2, and that one is not going to sneak through. That's going to be a line out to the second baseman, LeMahieu. Nope, LeMahieu's on his own team. That would be Chris Owings. And Travis Shaw is the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Now Yadi Molina singled. He's 1 for 2. And this will be a bouncer to Aramis Ramirez. The first time he's been tested really today. He's not a great fielder anymore. The one-time third baseman is now a 5-ranged first baseman. And a 5'11" is going to go to his E rating. He's an E30. An E30, a 7 is what we rolled, and so he's going to make an error. So Aramis Ramirez, he makes the dive for it. He kicks off of his glove, and he scrambles to get the ball, and he throws it to first, but he throws it wildly. And Molina will be aboard on an E3. So Ramirez makes an error. And Yanni Molina has reached for the second time today. Scooter Jeanette has an RBI. He had a single back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. And the lefty will strike out this time, though. Kendricks comes back after the error to pick up his first baseman. That's the 5th strikeout for Kendrick today. And there's 2 outs. 2 outs with Billy Burns at the plate. Burns, he singled and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. And here he is against the righty Kyle Kendrick. And he looks at a pitch, and that one will be a strikeout. It was a borderline call, but Kendrick got the call. And that will end it here in the 6th inning. So we move to the top of the 7th. It's still a 2-1 ball game. San Diego has a chance. They just got to get those bats working. And for them this season, that has been a struggle. Ramos, Ramirez, and Owings are due up. Ramos is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. And against Colome, this is a strikeout. So 5 in a row now for Colome. He's got the 5-bagger. I went bowling today. I haven't been bowling in forever, and now my arm is sore, and my left knee. I don't know what it is, man. I'm getting old. I think the way you bend or have to lean over to throw the ball down the lane. But my left knee is hurting tonight after bowling today. And where I grip the ball, like up here, it's so tender too. Aramis Ramirez now trying to break up the strikeout streak. We'll see if he can do it. It's a 5. He will do it, but it's not going to leave the infield. That's going to be a pop-up over to the third baseman, Travis Shaw. So he gets excited because he didn't strike out, but he still makes an out. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And this one is not going to be a strikeout either. Owings is going to bounce it over to first. Buster Posey will gobble it up and fire it to Colome, who's covering the base, just like they practice in spring training. And that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Colome, who's in a groove right now. Kyle Kendrick comes out, and will he face Colome? He will. Will it be Kyle Kendrick, though? Yeah, they're going to let him keep rolling. if it gets any trouble, we could pull a double switch here. Kendrick will lead off the top of the 8th, so they could pull a double switch here if they wanted to. This will be Colomé, who's a right-handed batter, and he's going to get a hit. How far will it go? This is to the wall. Colomé is on his horse, and he rounds second. He's trying for third, and he will make it safely under the tag. The pitcher, Colomé, is doing it all today. And he legs out a triple. He struck out 5 batters on the hill in a row earlier, and now he's got a triple to his name. And Kyle Kendrick just shakes his head, wondering what he has to do. So with a man at third, nobody out, the top of the order, will they go to the bench? Or the bullpen, I should say. Let's take a look. As we do, Wilson Ramos comes to the plate to have a meeting with Kyle Kendrick. Let's take a look at our bullpen. Cutter Caps is out there. He's been pretty decent if I remember. Al Albuquerque, Jason Grilly, Evan Scribner, Nick Hagedon. The setup man is Javi Lopez, and Yuri's Familia is the closer. Really, I don't like many of those options as middle relief. So, the infield is going to have to come in. And Kyle Kendrick is being given the opportunity to try and work out of this. Hasn't given up a run since the 4th. So, he's been afforded the opportunity here. Mookie Betts has a single off of him. He's also walked and popped up. So the infield is in. The pitcher is at third with a triple. And now this will be a 3-5. And Mookie Betts pops it up once again. The same thing he did to lead off the game for Los Angeles. Over to Freddie Galvis. And that will be a big, big first out there. And now DJ LeMahieu, the batting average leader in the KL, will come up. He's already got an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. The infield stays in, looking to cut that runoff. It's a 6-7, and DJ hits one hard, but over to third base. That's Mike Moustakas, who makes a diving catch and looks into his glove just to see if he made the catch, and he did. And now there's 2 outs. So Kendrick is 1 out away from getting out of this leadoff triple from the opposing pitcher. The infield returns to normal depth, and Kyle Kendrick, all he has to do is get Christian Yelich out here, who he's gotten out 3 times already today. And the pitch. This is a fly ball out to left. Kevin Gaddis is out there. He's not a great fielder. Is he going to be able to get to it? Evan Gaddis is a 5-range left fielder. A 5 and a 4. He's not going to get to it. Christian Yelich, if it was a normal outfielder, probably would have made the play. But Yelich doubles out to left field. That run will score. And Kendrick, who almost gets out of it, but save for a double from Yelich. And Kendrick gives up another run. Yelich with an RBI double. And I was not saying I was pulling for him, but that would have been big time to get out of that jam. Kendrick can't do it. The leadoff triple comes around to score. And now Buster Posey is up. Al Red Sox fan says, look what I found. Yeah, on that Moustakas play, it was a bang-bang play. And, oh, look what's in the glove. Oh, it's the ball. Now Buster Posey with Jerry Ball checking in. Hello, RNGIDP. Hello, guys. Welcome, Jerry. You're in the midst of a good ball game here. Los Angeles has taken the lead. It's a 3-1 ball game against San Diego. And Kyle Kendrick pitches to Buster Posey. And Posey gets underneath this one. He doesn't look happy about it either. He was fooled on the pitch, and he pops it up over to the shortstop, Freddie Galvis. And Kendrick, wish he would have made that pitch to the last batter, Yelich. And this will end the 7th. It's 3-1. Los Angeles extends their lead. And for San Diego, who doesn't score runs, that's going to be tough to overcome. Alex Colomé, who's still huffing and puffing from the leadoff triple, will face the 9-1-2 batters. Kendrick is going to be pinch hit for. And it will be... who will it be to lead off here? We could go with the lefty, either Shane Peterson or Kelly Johnson. And we'll go with Kelly Johnson here. So the lefty, Kelly Johnson, the everyday first baseman, will pinch hit. Actually, you know what? I don't want to waste him because he's my only first baseman, and we may have to double switch for Ramirez. So I'm going to get Shane Peterson out here. Another lefty. So Shane Peterson, who has better wheels, by the way, too. So he will pinch hit here in the top of the 8th for the pitcher, Kendrick, whose day is over. He didn't pitch really that bad. Just Los Angeles had some timely hitting against him and has taken a 3-0 lead. And here, Peterson puts a charge into this one. It'll be a double out to center field, so the pinch hitter putting the hitter in pinch hitter, and he's aboard with a leadoff double. So this would be a good chance for San Diego to cut into the lead. Freddie Galvis hit a triple to lead off the game. This is Alex Colomé. Will he be able to get out of this? And Galvis has a chance to hit a single here. It's hit over to the second baseman. A 1-11. It'll be through, and it gets past the second baseman, LeMahieu, and into right field. Peterson didn't know if it was going to squeak by, and so he's only going to make it to third. But now, Colomé has some trouble here. There's runners on the corners, nobody out. Moustakas started that 5-strikeout streak back starting in the 4th. Will Colomé get the chance to pitch to Moustakas here? He also has an RBI today. It's a 3-1 ball game. Colomé has been excellent. Yadi Molina is going to go talk to him, give him a pep talk, and they're going to leave him in here to face Moustakas. The infield is going to be back. They're trying to get 2 outs here, and they'll give up a run to do it. And this is a 6-6. And so Colomé dancing around, feeling a little nervous, and he walks Moustakas to load the bases. So now the bases are loaded. And Alex Colomé, with his pitcher inning of weakness being the 5th, has triggered that, and he is now a weak pitcher, and he will be facing San Diego's best hitter, who's hitting in the high 390s, and so Colomé is not going to get the chance to face him, and LA is going to have to go to their bullpen. So let's take a look at their bullpen. Oh, I always forget this about LA. They have all left-handers in their bullpen except for Corey Nebel and Sergio Romo, their closer. So it's gonna have to be Corey Nebel. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Knable? I think it's Knable, isn't it? We'll say Knable. So Corey Knable comes out of the bullpen. Colomé gets a nice, hearty round of applause. He put in some work today, but just ran out of gas here in the 8th. He exits, and it will be Corey Knable. Colomé goes 7+ innings. He gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. And he struck out 11 batters. Did he walk anybody? 1, 2, 3 walks. Quite a showing for Colomé here. And now Corey Knable. Knable, I'm not sure. I apologize. And let's take a look at his numbers. He's gone 7 1/3 innings. He has a loss. He's only given up 4 hits, but 3 earned runs on those 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 5 walks. So he's the only righty, save for the closer, out of the bullpen, and he's in a tough spot here. Bases are loaded. San Diego's best batter is up to the plate. A double, a single, and a walk are the batters. And now Nelson Cruz with nowhere to put him. And this will be a 3-4. And he walks him. Oh no, that is not what you want to do. He is not Barry Bonds with the bases loaded walking him on purpose. He didn't walk him on purpose, but Shane Peterson comes around to score. That was the pinch hitter. And he will walk home on the RBI walk to Nelson Cruz. Everybody else moves up a base. Freddie Galvis moves to third. Moustakas moves to second. And now it'll be Chris Young with the bases loaded. Still nobody out here. San Diego has scratched another run back, so it's a 3-2 ball game. Exit stage left, says Alex Colomé. Yeah. An unceremonious exit for him. He was pitching so well and then just hit a wall. And now the bases are loaded again, and it's Chris Young. This one is a 6-7. This one's a bouncer to second. It's an 18. Second baseman is DJ LeMahieu. The Gold Glover is a 1-ranged second baseman. And they're going to turn the double play, but that's going to play another run as Freddie Galvis will come home and score. Nelson Cruz is out at second, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs now, but Galvis comes home to score. No RBI for Chris Young, but we have a tie ball game. Knable can't close the door, and it's a tie ball game. 3-3. San Diego put some runs on the board, and now it's Evan Gattis with the man at third. The man at third will be Mike Moustakas. And Evan Gattis, he singles to left field, and Moustakas will come home to score. And San Diego comes from behind and takes the lead off a single from Evan Gattis. The big man coming through here in a spot start for him. And San Diego comes from behind to take the lead. It's a 4-3 ball game. So that'll close the book on Colomé. He gives up 4 runs. Really unfortunate for him. That's not the runs aren't really descriptive of how the day went for him. Corey Knable lets him down. And 2 outs here. Wilson Ramos against Corey Knable. And he will mercifully bounce one to third. And Travis Shaw will fire over to first and throw him out. So that retires the top of the 8th, but not before San Diego comes back in amazing fashion for them. Scores 3 runs and takes the 4-3 lead here. So Kyle Kendrick, who was pinch hit for to start that, and Shane Peterson led off with a double. Kyle Kendrick now is in line for the win. Amazing how this game works, right? Kyle Kendrick is in line for the win after being pinch hit for being down 3-1. So we're going to have to go to the bullpen for San Diego, and it will be their setup man here in the bottom of the 8th. It will be Javi Lopez. So their bullpen can take shape here with their setup man. He will face the lefties, Shaw, and then a righty, Molina, and then another lefty in Scooter Gennett. So it works out pretty well for San Diego. Their setup man is a lefty, Javi Lopez. Kendrick goes 7. He gives up a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. He struck out a total of 6, and he walked one batter. So Kyle Kendrick gives way to Javi Lopez. San Diego bats come alive, says Jerry Ball. Yeah, they did. Al Red Sox fan says, wow, great game. It has been. And now it'll be up to Javi Lopez to try and shut down the LA bats. And let's see. Javi Lopez has pitched 6 1/3 inning. He has a loss. He blew a save chance. I remember that one. He's given up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, and no strikeouts, but 1 walk. So he will face Travis Shaw, and then Molina and Gennett. So Shaw faces the lefty, and this is a strikeout. So Javi Lopez comes on, wastes no time, and gets the lefty to strike out for the first out of the inning. Now it'll be Yadi Molina. Let's take a look at the bench here for Los Angeles and see if there's anybody that is pinch hittable here. We've got Michael Morse, Adam LaRoche, Byron Buxton, Justin Morneau, and Aaron Hicks. So nothing great. And Yadi Molina will swing away here against the lefty. This is going to be a slim chance to be a single. We'll have to roll a 1. We don't, and that's going to be a grounder over to third. Moustakas gobbles it up and has plenty of time to get the catcher out at first. And now Scooter Gennett, we really can't pinch hit for him. He's the makeshift shortstop. I mean, I guess we could if we wanted to play somebody else at short. Justin Morneau is Justin Morneau, Michael Morse, and Adam LaRoche are the only infielders that we have, and none of those profile as being a shortstop. So I'm going to play it as closely as I can. And Scooter Gennett is going to bat for himself here with 2 down, the bottom of the 8th. Javi Lopez, the setup man, facing Gennett, and he walks him. So a 2-out walk to Scooter Gennett. It's a 4-3 ball game, a 1-run game here, and a 2-out walk for the setup man. And now he's got a dangerous player in Billy Burns. He's fast. It's hard to get him out. And the lefty will face the switch hitter. It's a 3-9, and it's hard to get thrown out if you don't hit the ball, and he doesn't. That's going to be a strikeout. Wait, no. He's a lefty, isn't he? Good thing I caught that, because that on this side, on the right-hand side, is a strikeout. On this side, it's a single, 2-star single. I almost blew that one for Los Angeles. So Billy Burns does come through. It's a 2-out single. And so Jeanette finds his way over to third off a single from Billy Burns. And now it gets a little hairy. The pitcher spot is up. And there's 2 outs. Who do we bring in? The big bats we have are Morneau, LaRoche, Buxton, or I guess Morse. Against the lefty Lopez. If we brought in Morse, well, Morneau is pretty good against lefties. Yeah, I don't know. Who should we pinch hit here? I think we're going to go for Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks is going to be the pinch hitter. He's going to have to come through here in a big spot for Los Angeles. The switch hitter will be hitting here in a pressure situation. Bottom of the 8th, LA down by a run. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Javi Lopez dealing to the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. And it's a 6-4. It's a fly ball out to center. The center fielder is Chris Young. Can he make a play where Evan Gattis couldn't? Chris Young is a 3-range center fielder, a 3-5. Let me take a look here. A 3. And we rolled a 5. And that's going to get past Young. It's a single 2-star. And Los Angeles comes back to tie it up. Burns, with his good speed, is at third. And the pinch hitter, Aaron Hicks, comes through with an RBI single to plate Scooter Jeanette. And it's a 4-4 ball game. The setup man, Javi Lopez, blows this one just as Corey Knebel blew it for San Diego, or for Los Angeles in the previous half. And now it'll be Mookie Betts. And what do we do here for San Diego? They're going to go to the bullpen. And it'll be Jason Grilli coming in. So Jason Grilli is going to have to take over for Javi Lopez to try and get this last out here. Jason Grilli has been pretty good this season. And he's going to have to face a tough batter in Mookie Betts. There are 2 outs, though. Lopez can't get out of the 8th. He went 2/3 of an inning. He walked a batter, didn't strike out anybody, and he gave up 2 hits. So we continue in the bottom of the 8th here. Los Angeles has scored a run, and now Jason Grilli comes on to try and get the last man. Grilli has worked 6 innings. He's got a win. He's given up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and opposed to no walks. Jason Grilli facing Mookie Betts. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. This is a 6-10. A 6-10 is going to be a fly ball to center field again. Oh, this could be trouble again. Chris Young, not a great center fielder. And it could hurt him again. He's a center fielder 3. We rolled a 6. And that's going to be a single 2-star. So the defense is really hurting San Diego here. Billy Burns comes in to score. Aaron Hicks moves to third on a single, an RBI single for Mookie Betts. And Los Angeles takes the lead again. You can't count out Los Angeles because all they do is score runs. Until their final out, they've got a shot. And now Mookie Betts with an RBI single off of Jason Grilli. And it's a 5-4 ball game. Los Angeles takes the lead. Jerry thought we were going to see some free ball. Well, we might, depending on what San Diego does. And now DJ LeMahieu, he will walk. What is going on here late in innings with these pitchers? They can't buy an out, and now the bases are loaded for Christian Yelich. Yelich came up big in his last at-bat. He had an RBI double that plated the pitcher, Alex Colomé, who tripled. A 2-out double, which tied the, or I guess it gave a 3-1 lead for Los Angeles. But now, Yelich, with the bases loaded, could break this thing wide open. Jason Grilli has given up a walk and a base hit. And here he is with 2 outs. And he gets Christian Yelich to swing and miss and end this chaos. So the 8th inning was a mess for both sides. And we come out of it pretty much the same way we started it, with a 2-run lead for Los Angeles. It's 5-4. Well, I guess it's only a 1-run lead, isn't it? So it's 5-4. Aramis Ramirez, Chris Owings, and the pitcher spot all due up for San Diego's last chance at a victory. And can you believe it that Corey Knebel, he would be in line here for the victory, wouldn't he? Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, not a very deserved one, but he would be. And so Los Angeles is going to go to their closer, and that's Sergio Romo. Knebel, he went, he pitched an inning. He gave up 1 hit. I guess he didn't give up any runs, but he let the inherited ones all score. He didn't strike out anybody, and he walked 1. So Knebel would stand to be the victor here. Sergio Romo comes on to try and close it out for LA. Romo has pitched in 5 1/3 innings. He's got 2 losses. He's got a couple of blown saves, I guess, and 3 saves, 9 hits, 7 runs earned, and 5 strikeouts with no walks. So Sergio Romo, he is susceptible. This one's not over yet, I guess. Aramis Ramirez, he's 0 for 2 today with a walk. And he will be called back. And this is where they will go to Kelly Johnson. It's just going to be a straight-up swap. They're going to go get the left Kelly Johnson to pinch hit. They're going to have to bring out all the stops here. So Kelly Johnson will pinch hit, the lefty. And it's a 4-10, and this one is dribbled over to first base, and Buster Posey is going to pick it up and step on the bag himself, and there will be 1 out. So San Diego down to their last 2 outs here, trailing 5-4. Chris Owings now is 1 for 3 on the day. It's a 4-8, and he swings and misses. The first strikeout for Romo. And now they're down to their last out. And who will it be to try and keep this thing going? It will be Jose Ramirez, the switch hitter, to pinch hit. Jose Ramirez comes in to pinch hit to face Sergio Romo. And this could be the last man. It's a 1-5, and this one's hit out to left field. Christian Yelich tracks it down, and on the run, makes the grab. And what a wild finish this was. But Los Angeles, in their high-powered offense, comes back to win it in the 8th. San Diego drops a tough one, 5-4. That was a fun ball game. That was fun having a lively live chat here to follow along and play with. You guys were great. Jerry Ball, Al Red Sox fan, the statistician was in here earlier. You guys made it fun. Al Red Sox fan says, thanks for the game. It was great and fun. Take care, Craig and Jerry. You too, Al Red Sox fan. Be sure to check out his channel. And when you do, tell him I sent you over there. You probably already know about Al. He's been doing this for a long time. Have a good night, Al. I'm gonna do the stat here in 1 second and take a deep breath because that was a fun game. Jerry Ball dropping the Arizona knowledge like usual. Sergio Romo, he pitched at Arizona Western. Didn't Sergio Romo pitch at Mesa State too? Out in Junction? I thought he did. I'll have to check him out because I thought he was a Mesa State, or I guess they call it Colorado Mesa University now. I'd have to look. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. All right, let's check out the totals. Javi Lopez, he gave up 2 runs. Both of them earned. And I believe he will take the loss. Yes, he will. Jason Grilly came in and calmed things down a little bit. He went a third of an inning. He gave up a hit, no runs, a strikeout, and a walk. Jerry's checking out. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining this channel. It's been fun having you here. Sergio Romo, he went an inning, didn't give up any hits, and he struck out 1 for the save. Corey Knebel gets the undeserved win of the season so far. I mean, I guess he wasn't terrible, but he did let the inherited runners come and score. So Corey Knebel with the victory. That moves his record. Let me look here 1 second to 1-1. Javi Lopez drops his record to 0-2. And Sergio Romo gets the save today for Los Angeles, and that will be his 4th save. Let's check the hit totals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That jives there with an error. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That jives there. No errors for Los Angeles. And this one is a final. A 5-4 ball game. 5 runs, 11 hits. No errors for Los Angeles. 4 runs, 6 hits. No errors for San Diego. I appreciate you guys being here. If you are a Twitterer, if you are of that like, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter, at RNGIDP_strat. Make sure before you check out here, give me a like, a thumbs up. I definitely want to give you guys a shout out for the people that are watching this after the fact. It's fun to watch it live, and it makes it more interactive. And so you people that watch this after the fact, I definitely applaud you, because you guys are troopers, and you are watching this, enjoying it afterward, and I give you a big round of applause for doing so. I thank you. If you like it, make sure and give me a thumbs up. That'll help me out. And game 200 was a success. It was fun, and I enjoyed it very much so. So I'm gonna sign off for now. Make sure you take a look at the other guys that are doing fun stuff. Tabletop Earl and Tabletop Other Earl, Al Red Sox fan, all the others, you know who they are. And I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Al. Thanks, Statistician. We'll have another game soon. Take care.